I I'm honestly impressed with how disappointed I am in the My Hero Academia anime right now. Like I had a you had that like uneasy feeling in your stomach at season 4, and it felt like something was off. I mean, you could say it started at the beginning of season 3, but really I was still so devoutly like invested in My Hero at that point. But at season 4, like the stuff with the movie started happening, and you could tell that My Hero was different, and it just didn't feel the same. Now, I don't want to be the person who's just like manga elitist, but that's exactly what this video is. Because there is also I have to completely accept that My Hero is the first season that I was 100% in anime only. I started reading the manga of My Hero in the middle of season 3. I think like 2 episodes into season 3, I said, "Fuck this! I'm reading the manga right now." Or maybe it was towards the end of season 2, but like I was concurrently reading the manga, not week to week, but I was reading the manga while season 3 was still airing, and I loved it. It was amazing. And season 4 came out, and you could tell that just stuff was different. But then again, this was the first time I had preconceived notions about it, and I wanted to stay optimistic. This was me trying to create unrealistic expectations because My Hero Academia's art is so good, the characters are so good. But most importantly, it's the small moments. It's those background details. It's not even, I say small moments, but the problems with season 5 aren't even small. Um, but it's the background lines. It's the guy saying the heroes aren't going to get here in time. We have to do this ourselves after the events of Deka City when the what is it, like not Sun Eater, but the guy with the glass during the Endeavor Agency arc. It's those themes reinforcing the world of My Hero Academia, which I really think is what makes My Hero so special. Is it's the world, it's quirks, how quirks interact with people, how people are forming the society based around quirks, and it's that society that drives the story of My Hero. It's what's created all of our characters. And you could say that about any media or any story, but really, My Hero sells it so well in the manga. And it really kills it. But I didn't want to make this video last week with the beginning of My Villain Academia because I thought maybe they're still kind of restructuring some things and it could change. But the things they've cut are so, I would say, crucial to the future of My Hero Academia that I really like don't know what they're gonna do and how they're gonna hit these high notes. Like I want to be able to experience this without knowing what the manga is like, so I could really have more concrete feelings about this and know that I'm not just being some asshole that thinks the manga is the only correct way to experience My Hero Academia. But at this point, the anime almost doesn't seem worth it. There's like so many things that I feel like are going wrong. Like cutting out the League of Villains like struggling and actually struggling. Like they're broke, they're barely getting by. Was such a cool and like compelling way to start My Villain Academia. It makes you a lot more sympathetic to the League, a lot more. And it sets up again so many more minor details. Like I forget the name of the group, but the group against like the animal transhuman type people that have like body morphing quirks. That whole group's existence is like it's a small detail that's completely inconsequential to the plot of My Hero. Unless, who knows? Maybe they'll come back and they're going to take down Shigaraki and All for One. Who knows? Maybe they're super important and the anime's ruined the whole story. But like when you think about it, sure, they don't matter. But it says so much, really, just that they exist, and it makes My Hero feel so more real. And Spinner's story, and like it gives him a lot more depth, and it just makes My Villain Academia so much better. And other problems with My Villain Academia we'll get into a second, but as filming this video, we just got Toga's fight and a bunch of other stuff with Shigaraki all in one episode, and the pacing obviously just feels off. And oh god, there's so much with the pacing of this season. Like, it's downright upsetting that we've thought maybe the rearrangement of arcs could have been for a valid reason and not just to set people up for the fucking movie. But they've butchered My Villain Academia so far. And don't get me wrong. I'm sure anime onlys it will be enjoyable. It's gonna be good. I'm not gonna say My Hero Academia's anime is bad by any means. It's not. It's, I'd say, an above average show. Still, no matter what, really. There's a lot worse you could do. But like, from a grander scale, the fact that they're not mentioning quirk counseling as a thing a lot of people go through, that is like, that quirk counseling is like huge. It says so much about how the society of My Hero Academia treats people with different quirks, and how it like forces people to just conform into like these neat little boxes, and how probably most villains are created. Like, I'm scared for what they're going to do for Twice's backstory, because that's honestly, I'd say, in like my top 3 favorite chapters of the whole manga. What is it, like just one day, or like one small mistake, and how that spirals? Like, that is incredible. And I really hope they kill that. And I think they'll do a good job. And I think there'll be a great, beautiful, spectacular conclusion to the arc. But it's those small details that are missing. Overhaul's motivation was awesome. It almost completely recontextualizes his like character. The idea that he actually viewed quirks as a disease and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it makes the show so much more interesting. And when you see Shigaraki come out in the war arc, and he gives his grief and tells the heroes what is wrong with society, we see all these things that we've seen them, and we know what's wrong, and we understand Shigaraki and why he's actually doing this. And what makes Shigaraki such an actually incredible villain, and like one of my favorites actually in current Shonen Jump. Actually, no, he is my favorite villain in current Shonen Jump. Probably one of my favorite villains in anime and manga ever. Easily in my top 5. Probably top 3. I don't have a list offhand. Let me see. Griffith, Kira Yoshikage, Funny Valentine, Shigaraki. That's not in order, because Funny Valentine would probably be after Griffith, then Kira, then Shigaraki. I don't know, number 5. There could be someone ahead of Shigaraki in there, but that's just off rip. But I mean, like, I don't want it to be too mean to the anime, because like, there were great scenes. The art, though tonally different from the rest of the show, where Curious was holding Toga, was beautiful, and her animation when she kind of popped off and evolved her quirk looked really pretty good. Really good. I have no right to criticize that. I'm not an animator. I'm not an artist. That's phenomenal. And the amount of work that the studio puts into it shouldn't be shit on. They're doing fantastic. But it's the story and direction that really is what's hurting. Other things that were just like left out because of the rearrangement, like seeing, how did I fucking forget his name? Redestro's company creating like heroes equipment and stuff like that, and knowing that that's what he does and that's his position. In fact, I don't think we've gotten to know anything about, like, you know, Curious Skeptic. I don't even remember the fucking politician guy's name. Has he done anything? But like, we don't even know their rules, like their roles. And it's just, it feels hollow. And talking about tone, this is what I was going through. Censorship. I don't think it is the biggest problem or the end all be all, but the tone shift in My Villain Academia was huge, and I'd say marked a completely different chapter in My Hero Academia's arc. And it's it's expected to be censored, but like I feel like it could have done better. And it's just disappointing to see like how it's being handled, especially with Shigaraki's quirk, because like I know they can't really do that, and it's just like the time slot that they're on, but like for the future of My Hero Academia, I don't know how they're gonna handle the war arc, because like it's gotten so good and it's tonally so different, and it honestly changed how I viewed the series, because like going into the Endeavor arc, once we had this tone shift, I remember thinking that when Ending showed up, I thought Endeavor might actually kill him right then and there, and the story was going to tackle how Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki would like react to seeing a hero kill someone, and if that was the right decision and how to handle that. Now that's not what happened, and I'm happy with how the story went. But because of the tone that was set up through My Villain Academia, I thought they might go there, and it made it believable that that is something that could happen, and that we could see heroes taking lives, and that is something that does happen, and it is led up to that, and it feels established and makes sense that sometimes you do have to do this and you do have to make these decisions. And I feel like the war arc is just going to be, it's going to have to be washed down. I don't know. If you're an anime only, I don't think I specifically spoiled too much. You shouldn't be watching this in the first place though. But let me know what you think. If you're watching this video, you're probably unhappy with the anime. Maybe you're just repeating what you've seen other people say. Maybe I've been influenced by that too, and I just have heard so much that it's disappointed that I can't get out of my head to have a disappointed outlook from the get-go. I want to be optimistic about the anime. I'm sure it's going to have hype moments. I'm still going to watch it. I'll enjoy it when it's popping off, but I'm not going to be able to lose that feeling that something's missing. I hope you have a good day. Let's be hyped that the My Hero Academia manga is just so good right now. And yeah, I don't know. See y'all later. If y'all want more videos like this in the future, let me know. Like, subscribe, do your thing. Zoop.